For Panthers Fans Only is a sports podcast intended for mature audiences and contains profanity as well as extremely spirited conversation. What you see and hear are the sole opinions and depictions of each individual, not at all inclusive of the entire cast or any guests associated with our show. Thanks for tuning in, and always remember to stand on business.
Yo, G, they can't stop me from rapping, can they? Can they?
Oh!
I spit it through the wire, man.
See, then when I come in on good energy, then you start to hate. I mean, damn, I can't win for losing. Welcome.
It's a life or death situation, man. Y'all don't really understand how I feel right now, man. It's your boy Kanye Titter. Shot-town, what's going on? Yeah, I drink a boost for breakfast, an intro for dessert. Somebody order pancakes, I just sip the scissor. That right there could drive a sane man berserk. Not to worry,
welcome
to the Izzles, back to Wizard.
Hey, you hate when I get in my DJ.
Give a light. Sun's on life support, and just imagine how my girl feel on the plane, scared as hell that I got look like Emmett Till. She was with me before the deal. She been trying to be mine. She a Delta, so she been throwing that dynasty.
We got a lot to get through.
Trying to be lying. I've been
Davion still ain't at camp.
You know how I used to like.
I just bought his jersey that's making me feel a type way.
Smalls died. The doctor.
And for some reason, I got ridiculed for buying that jersey. I don't know why. Like, he's not damn near the only superstar we got, but
superstars are stretch.
History in the making, man.
We were talking about Jadavion.
I really apologize.
Yeah. Does he sell tickets? Yes or no?
Clear it on, man.
No.
I don't know. The doctor said like 6 weeks. You know, he had
this ain't South Carolina.
Reconstructive surgery on my jaw.
Nah. One hit, been living off it for his whole life.
Jaw was in the back of my mouth.
That was how it worked. Matter of fact, let me chill. Let me chill.
For y'all right
Whoa!
Now, this is what I got to say right here, dog.
I'm gonna mention bro today too.
Yeah.
My boy in San Fran.
Shot it was ill, got it. Brown, but he wasn't talking about coke.
That's the thing, that love Let me chill. Oh my God. We right by monetization too, so I don't need to get us canceled
bad night, right place, wrong time, in the blink of an eye. His whole life changed. If you could feel how my face felt, you would know how made.
A lot of y'all young don't even know this.
Cool for the
I came in, I asked them, did they know it? Of course they know it. I told them they old as hell because this song came out, what, 20 years ago? Y'all
Tom Cruise on
I'm gonna do a lot of editing.
It was
this is the episode for you to get your profanity out. So you wanted to be funny 2-3 weeks ago when I wanted to punch you in your chest. Now you don't act like you don't want to talk today. So cool. Matter of fact, just sit back there and
what is there to cuss about? Nothing. We just listened to this. Yeah,
Toys R Us where I used to spend that Christmas cash, and I still won't grow up. I'm a grown ass kid.
Thank you for being here.
Be locked up for stupid that I did, but I'm a champion. So I turn tragedy to triumph. Make music that's fire. Put my soul through the wire. You know what I'm saying? When the doctor had a
God, bro. I don't know what y'all got going on.
Did you realize I'll never make it on a plane now?
He not focused. What's on his mind, bro?
I just got here. I don't know.
She can't be.
What's on your mind? You want to tell the pod? Do you know this? Okay.
Yeah.
Talking to. Do you know this one?
Yeah.
I mean, I just gotta make
we
sure.
Not these.
I just gotta make sure, bro, because I just feel like y'all's music bag just ain't as deep as mine. And I started listening to music way later than y'all. J5 and Kelly was not going for that.
Before you
I
ask
used to
me
be in the room with BET on volume on 1.5.
And I know the government so I guess we just
welcome. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and introduce the podcast, man, because I'll just keep going on and on. Energy is up, but like I said, when my energy is up, then try and tell me to calm down. You know, is your vibes right today? Yes or no?
Why you worried about my?
How you doing? Matter of fact,
are you projecting? Is this
is
something going on where you want to talk about it?
No,
that's usually how it be.
I'm perfectly fine. Welcome to For Panthers Fans Only. I'm your host, JJ.
I'm your co-host, Terrence.
I'm your producer, Tavian.
Appreciate you guys for being here. If you don't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram at For Panthers Fans Only, TikTok at the same handle, Twitter at FBFO_podcast. What else? What am I missing?
Rumble, Apples, whatever.
Spotify.
All DSPs.
All DSPs. Yeah, all DSPs. Tap into us there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Share with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Got a lot of big things coming up this season, a lot of giveaways, a lot of great content, a lot of things we're going to be, different pieces of content we'll be introducing and experimenting with. So, big season on the horizon. A lot of news to get through today. Like I mentioned earlier, the Davion Clowney still has not arrived at OTAs. My co-host said, so what? So cool. He got to explain it to me because last week he was just ridiculing them. But cool, we'll talk about it. What else? Eddie Pinheiro still isn't at camp. He, to me, is just done. Cool. Don't show up. We're better off without you. Robert Hunt arrived. What else? What else happened? I guess he wants to talk about Christian McCaffrey for whatever reason. I mean, I don't know why. I couldn't give a about him. He's not he's not a Carolina Panther anymore.
Reset the market. Congratulations to bro. Get your bag.
Did that make you excited and happy?
Yeah.
Why?
I got his jersey.
Anyway, what difference does that make if you got it or not? Are you going to be rocking it?
Yeah, I might. I mean, you know how many other Panthers fans rock jerseys of players that don't play for us no more?
I mean, it's kind of what you got to do.
Yeah. Like, you spend $130 on the jersey, and I'm supposed to keep it in tuck?
Yeah, go get another one.
No.
Go get a newer one, upgraded one. Go get a Deontay.
No.
Every
Robert
time you
Hunt.
get a
Go
jersey,
get
somebody they get shipped.
Yeah, go get somebody that ain't even at training camp. Cool.
You just said you didn't have a problem with. Matter of fact,
I
how are
mean,
you feeling?
because-
Hey, how are you feeling, man?
I feel great. Ready to test out my new watch. Just came from Top Golf. Yeah. It's just hot in here, but other than that, I feel amazing.
I just simply never seen a company that goes to Top Golf Drive Shack every single week. Every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, I just never seen it. I've never seen it in the middle of the week at that.
A company that does good, they reward their workers.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling
I had a
phenomenal,
lot to say, but I just put it all in. How are you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling phenomenal.
Your
Just,
energy is a little off. I'm a big vibe and energy person.
I mean, I don't know what you want. We in the middle of recording.
Mm-hmm.
We got business to take care of.
It sounds like you care about them so much.
Let's see. Where do we want to start? What's on the dock, Mr. Producer Man? OTA's update. I already know. A lot to get through here, so just bear with us. We'll touch on a couple of different things. Obviously, yesterday we had some press conferences happen. Andy Dalton spoke to the media. Dave Canales, our pass game coordinator. Forgive me because I don't know these guys' names yet. I'm still trying to get familiar with the new coaching staff. Pass game coordinator as well as our running backs coach. He was low-key on the mic, kind of tweaked out a little bit. I'm not going to hold you, but cool. Hey, shout out, bro.
We have his clip?
No, we don't, unfortunately. But he was talking about killing ops. He said everybody in the running back know who the ops is, and we kill the ops. And I just don't know if he knows exactly what that means to us. What?
Who is he again?
I don't know. I don't know his name off the top of my head. But we can pull it up if you want. It shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't take that long to find out. He used to play in the league, though. Or he used to play. I don't know if he was in the league, but he used to be a running back himself because he was talking about Jonathan Brooks and just how
Harold got a good one?
No. I don't believe so. I think he's just more
Bernie Parmalee?
Yes. Bernie Parmalee, yes. That he was on the stand talking about killing ops. Now I don't know, if he was talking about operations or what, but yeah, he was up there talking kind of crazy. But we'll dive into it a little bit. As we've mentioned already multiple times, Jadeveon Clowney is still yet to be seen. Robert Hunt did show up yesterday, today, whatever, when you guys listen to this. He was in attendance, which we kind of had a feeling that was the case just based off the family stuff that he had going on. Believe his significant other just had a baby or whatever the case may be. So shout out to him. Congratulations. Glad to see he's back, in the building, getting some work in. From what I heard, he didn't participate in 11 on 11s, but he was off to the side doing some work with some of the coaching staff, et cetera. So that was good to see. What's the dude's name, bro, from Jacksonville? Let me go ahead and start here just real quick. A lot of y'all got enough weight to not be at camp. Clavion Chason, what's bro?
Calevon Chason.
Yeah.
He ain't been at camp. I heard that today. Then I had to do some research.
Did Sean Robinson show up?
I have no idea. I didn't hear his name at all today. And something kind of struck me, actually, while Dave Canales was doing his press conference. Somebody asked him, I don't know who it was. If I had to guess, it was probably Dave Newton, because he's always trying to start some
Shout out Dave.
If I had to take a guess, I think it was him. Maybe it wasn't. It may have been somebody else. But they asked him, if he had been in contact with some of the guys that hadn't shown up to camp, like Jadavion, like Chason,
Chason,
Clavion, Chason,
Calevon
Chason. They asked him if he had been in touch with some of those guys, and he was like, he had touched bases with them just on the strength of seeing how they were doing, etc. But not, he said he was making sure they understood that this wasn't a mandatory minicamp or mandatory OTAs, and it was voluntary. How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, he can't force them to be there. Like, if you make it not mandatory, which the whole league has, then I can't go and double back and be like, oh, you need to be here. Even though I just told you that it's voluntary, even though the league has this understanding that it's voluntary. I mean, like I said, it just worries me that the guys who are new to the team aren't showing up. But, I mean, it is what it is at this point. We got to keep the ball rolling. So, I don't know. I don't really have any crazy feelings about it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's real political. Like, honestly, if you want me to be real, it's all political. It don't really matter who shows up and who doesn't. It's all about who has the biggest contract, because that's who's going to be on the field. Like, honest and truly. So, like, guys.
What happens? I mean, because the conversation has to be had. What happens when you have a young team like the Carolina Panthers? I mean, we know Jadeveon Clowney's going to be on the field. We know Robert Hunt's going to be on the field.
Why can't young guys be leaders?
I mean,
a young guy can step up and be a leader.
Yeah, so they need to show up to OTAs.
Because, I mean, some of these guys that we're talking about been in the league forever and ain't won. So, like, respectfully, what the f*** can you teach me? You ain't won it. You ain't done it. So,
I mean,
we got to figure this out.
Fair point.
So, that's, yeah.
So we're not tripping. We have no real feelings about that. That kind of struck me wrong, personally. I'm not going to lie.
Why do you feel so?
Because, bro, like we talked about last week, new coaching staff, new players in the building, completely different regime, completely different look to the organization, completely different feel to the organization. We're building pretty much from ground zero, if we're just being completely honest. And there's no sense of urgency. It seems already like there's no sense of urgency. That's why it bothers me.
Which makes sense, but, I mean, when you got guys who've been in the league for a while, if this is something that they're accustomed to doing.
Clavion ain't been in the league for a while. He's been in the league for, 5-6 years?
Yeah, but maybe he's, over the past couple of years, he just hasn't went to voluntary OTAs. And so, like, these are grown-ass men. So it's not like this guy's going to be able to come in and be like, oh, you need to be here. And these guys are just going to drop everything that they have going on in the offseason to be there. Because they could be in the offseason, like, working with other trainers and stuff like that. Maybe they get the best work in working with guys who aren't affiliated with the team. It's a lot of people who do that. So,
I mean, yeah, that's what Michael Parsons said today.
Yeah, so, he been boxing, and we know what Michael brings to the table. So,
yeah, but
I feel like he's capped out though.
I was about to say, for one, I think he's capped out. He's very, very well spoken and good and media trained. I've learned that about him. That's number one. Number two, I hate to tell you, with all due respect,
it wasn't a comparison. It wasn't a comparison.
So don't do what I do. Do what you can.
No, it wasn't a comparison. It wasn't a comparison of talent. It was just like a simple. There are guys who get better work in outside of
because
the people that's affiliated with the team.
I mean, to that I would say because you can't really get in the same like level of physicality that you could in the past because of all the rules and regulations from the NFLPA. So like, I heard it's more like 1 or 2 hours of kind of like almost walkthroughs. But some coaches want to emphasize that like togetherness, you know, like camaraderie building up. Like you say, it's day one, you know. But let's see who's invested right now while it's in its infancy.
Right. Exactly. So that's my. I mean, that's my.
But
whole
it
point.
could
That's my
just
whole
show that
purpose.
about the vets, and that's why I say what I said. Like they just ain't on shit. That's why they haven't won shit.
Well,
So like, cool.
and that's
fuck you.
alarming.
Like, we appreciate you putting your body on the line, but you ain't really gonna help us to like contribute to shit. You're a fucking pawn at this point.
But we knew this about Jadeveon before we even signed him. So at this point, I don't know why you're surprised or why it's so alarming.
It's a reason he was on the market.
Yeah, I mean, and he was known for it because that's the reason why we might have not had signed him until like training camp or shit like that because they was like, I mean, he's not going to be there regardless. So that was a whole big issue. So, I mean, I'm not even surprised. So I'm not even about to work myself up worrying about why the sorry nigga not at OTAs. Voluntary at that.
Okay.
As long as he at training camp.
Yeah. I mean, he would have no reason to not be there. Now that would make me want to cry.
Yeah, I was about to say, then we could have a problem.
Okay, cool. Do we have a problem? Are we alarmed? Is it a red flag that Xavier Legette has not really participated in OTAs due to a hamstring injury for the past 2 or 3 weeks? It's a red flag to me. I'll be honest. It's a lot of red flags to me going off, but I'm still trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to be happy. We're out of season right now, you know, so I don't want to overreact. I don't want to be typical crash out JJ, but it's a lot of things. It's a lot of shit that's popping up. Is that alarming to you?
Yeah, I mean, that is alarming, but we all know that hamstrings are tricky injuries. So it's like, if it's a serious hamstring injury, I would rather him deal with that now than to that be something lingering throughout the duration of the season. So, I mean, it is alarming that, you know, just got here, just drafted the guy, spent our first pick on the guy, and he's already injured. But, I mean, the shit has already happened. The nigga's injured. So, the best thing that we can do moving forward is give him that time to, you know, get back in shape or rehab, and then give it a go in training camp.
Yeah, I find that one a little bit more alarming than Jadeveon, only because you spent your first round pick on him. You moved up to get the guy at a position of need, and hamstring injuries are tricky. Like this could linger into the season. Like this could be one of the nagging injuries that he has now for the rest of the year because you never know. So that would be the only alarming part to me, but
it's better to get a jump on it now, though.
Yeah, get it out the way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but this is this is one of those things that I was seeing on Twitter a lot within the fan base. Is just people being worried about Xavier Legette's size. You know, 6'3", 225, 230, whatever the case is.
DK is that size.
I was about to say, but that's what we have to go based off of. Really, is DK. But I mean, historically, we have seen guys of that size struggle with injury. We have. I mean, DK is he's like very, very rare. Very rare. And then, I mean, you could say Megatron, I guess. But
I damn sure wasn't going to go there.
I don't even know why that was.
I was going to, like, border more towards, like, Andre Johnson.
Cool. Yeah. Injury prone.
Not really. I mean,
Andre Johnson?
Yeah, he had a pretty solid career. He was injury prone towards the end, but you had a good solid couple of years out of him.
But, I mean, even, let's just say this is something that's lingering for X. I mean, if your boy is what you say he is, and who you crowned him to be, then Mingo should step the fuck up, right?
Absolutely.
And ISM.
Absolutely.
Okay, so.
But that's a deeper, darker conversation.
Oh, wow. Why is it such a deeper, darker conversation?
Because hypothetically, and let's just go here. We're kind of all over the place, but fuck it. We're here now, and this is why we do it. Jeddah's resets the market 2 days ago.
That doesn't have anything to do with anybody on our team.
No, it does. It does. Deontay Johnson.
Why the fuck is he in that conversation?
I'm going to tell you why. Because the market is reset.
You should have been talking when, what's his face got signed? Devontae Smith.
He should have been talking when, or whoever the fuck else.
Jalen Waddle, maybe? I would even maybe.
Philly Brown, Kansas City.
The conversation has to be had because the simple fact of the matter is, though we joking and though we laughing, we got to look towards the future. What happens if he goes in that build? Matter of fact, what happens if Deontay Johnson goes for 1,500 yards this year? Double-digit touchdowns. He really turned up top 5 wide receiver in NFL.
I mean, Bryce had a hell of a year.
That's weird.
Okay, yeah, no, that's phenomenal, and that's great, and that would be ideal. But I'm telling you, he's only under contract for this 1 year.
Well, you can't afford him. Who else are you paying right now? Bryce is still on a rookie contract.
X will be on a rookie contract. Adam Thielen, what would
make
this
him
be,
want
his
to come
third
back?
year?
If he had
If he had 1,500
yards,
yards, shit.
Yeah,
why wouldn't
I
he?
mean, we have the cap space to pay him.
next year we will.
You can get
Yes.
you can
But
get
are we going to be willing to pay him? Are we going to be willing? Hypothetical. All of this is hypothetical. All of this
I mean,
is
if he puts
hypothetical.
up a season like that, then why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to pay him, and why wouldn't he want to stay?
I mean, because he could do that and we could win 5 games. Realistically, he could do all of that and we could win 5 games. Yeah.
But if he does all that and y'all if he does all that and y'all win 5 games, is this like
games.
is this a scenario where this team looks like it can go somewhere, or they win 5 games and you're like, we're back in the dumpster for still another 7 years?
5 games is 5 games. We won 2 games last year.
They're not all created the same because just look back to Dan Campbell's first year in Detroit. They didn't look that hot, but you could say they were competitive. Like they were fight. You could see what
Panthers
was
were
being
competitive
built.
last year.
No. It was a different. Like it was like you saw Detroit when they were losing games, and you were like, they're gonna catch somebody next year. They're gonna catch. I was like, people better stop fucking around because they're gonna catch somebody next year. And then they came out and went crazy how they just did. Is it this type of rebuild, or is it a just completely fucking uncompetitive Cleveland Browns type of stuck in limbo?
I mean, we've already seen that with Frank Reich. So I just feel like that should already be thrown out the window.
I think it's alarming. I told you this whole week, I've just been looking at news, looking at things going on, and it just seems very, very alarming. That to me, the Jettis contract is alarming because my mind instantly goes, okay, cool.
He's not Jettis.
I understand that. But irregardless, the market got reset. The same way we knew Brian Burns wasn't fucking Nick Bosa, but when that market reset, the nigga was coming in the building asking for $30 million. And unfortunately, he didn't get it from us.
So, I mean, even so, 1, y'all got the cap space for it. 2, he's not going to reset the market. But even if he gets close to the reset market value, it'll reset the next year when Jamar Chase is coming up.
3, he ain't even stepped on the field yet, so we don't even know if he's even capable of resetting the market. Or be like, let's be real. If we had to go based off of what he did last year, even though I know they had a bullshit quarterback, but it's like,
as far as I'm concerned, we do too.
he's not. I think Bryce Young is better than Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph.
Okay. Why did you point to me?
Because I was just waiting for you to say something dumb.
No, I'm just going to say okay. I mean, because I don't know what would make you think that, but okay. I know I'm going to get scrutinized for that, but okay. I mean, that's all I'm going to say is okay.
What does the eye test tell you?
The eye test tells me that he threw for 11 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
I didn't ask for the stats. I said, what does the eye test tell you?
The eye test told me last year, based on what I saw on film, that there are a lot of throws that he can make and there are a lot of throws that he can't. That's what the eye test tells me. And he's very, very inconsistent.
Did you answer my question?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. That's what the eye test told me.
Well, I said, is he better than Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph? Like, nigga jumping around the fucking question. Like,
I mean, I would hope so. I've seen nothing.
Bro, it's really a simple question.
It's a simple yes or no question.
Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph.
Well, I just gave my answer. I would hope so. Meaning that's not a definitive yes. That's not a definitive no.
That's the problem with the world nowadays.
Right.
Well, I mean, are we going to do this? Are we going to do this again? Do we need to pull up the stats?
I didn't ask about the stats.
I mean, you're talking about an eye test. Well, I see Kenny Pickett struggle with moving the football down the field.
So you would trade.
No, don't put words in my mouth.
I'm just asking a question.
But don't put words in my mouth because that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just telling you, if we look at the film, it's the same thing when we had the conversation last week about Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones, or 2 weeks ago, whenever we had that conversation. The same thing. You would much rather have Trevor Lawrence. He would much rather have Trevor Lawrence, and I would much rather have Trevor Lawrence. But when you look at the stats and you look at the film, them niggas damn near look identical. Hate to tell you. So, I mean, respectfully to Bryce, to our franchise quarterback.
Because when you look at the eye test and you look at the film, they're the same, and it's just not even close. Like stats, yeah. Film, no.
So Kenny Pickett is so Bryce Young is light years ahead of Kenny Pickett.
It's not.
Stop
adding shit, nigga. It went from a yes or no question to light years and how many years better is he than Kenny Pickett? Like, God, answer the fucking question.
I'm asking you a question. But now my question can't get answered. Now my questions can't get answered.
They just brung in 2 quarterbacks in 1 season to replace Kenny Pickett. 2 potential starting quarterbacks.
Kenny Pickett is also, I mean, all jokes aside, he's been in the league for how long? 5-6 years? Or excuse me. No, my apologies. My apologies. Yes, Kenny Pickett has been in the league for 2, but Mason Rudolph has been in for what, 5, 6, 7 years, right? Right or wrong. And this is Bryce Young's 2nd year. Did we not have a conversation, last week and the week before that? Hypothetically speaking, if Bryce fucks up, what did the Carolina Panthers do? So let's not just act like it's just a fucking shot in the dark.
Well, it wasn't a what would it's not a what would the Carolina Panthers do. It was a what would Dave Tepper do. We know he has a short fuse. Everything he does
is the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, unfortunately,
but everything he does is not fucking right. Like, we know that he has the tendency to fuck up everything he touches. So just because he might do it, don't make it right. He does a lot of dumb shit. Like gave your boy 3 years. Went and hired Frank Reich.
Who was my boy?
Matt Rule.
7 years.
Yeah, I mean.
A 7-year contract.
So can we really trust what Dave Tepper would do? He's a jack-off.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I don't know where we went with that conversation, but I mean.
When you wanted to say Deontay Johnson was going to reset the market.
No. That's not what I was saying. So y'all aren't listening. Y'all aren't listening to what I'm saying. I'm telling y'all,
it was alarming. It just wasn't.
It was alarming to me.
My mind went
because
completely the other direction.
You want me to tell you why it's alarming? Because what I can see is next year Deontay Johnson goes off, or even if he doesn't resign with the Carolina Panthers, and then we're back down to having one in a possible weapons. So that's why my mind goes there. Well, because the same problem we just saw with Bryce Young when he threw for 11 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, when he threw for 2,200 yards, 2,300 yards, whatever the number was. Don't kill me. I don't know it off the top of my head. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's why it's alarming, because I could see that being a situation. I could see Deontay Johnson going for 1,500 yards, double-digit touchdowns, and him deciding Charlotte is not the place for me. Or I can see the front office not paying him the money that he wants. And then he walks. So then once again, you're back in the same situation where you have a room full of young guys who are unproven, and then that's why the conversation went where it was, because I said, what if Mingo isn't what I think he is? Hell, what if this hamstring injury with Leggett is 10 times worse than, is being reported right now? These are questions that have to be had, unfortunately. And yeah, it's June.
Yeah, I think it's a
long way away. It's a long way away. But I just need to put C's in niggas' heads, because I need everybody to be thinking and align with where I'm at. Because this shit could be terrible.
That doesn't mean your thinking is necessarily right. So
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Because you could also just go the other way. All right, say all that does happen, complete doomsday scenario, right?
Right.
What prevents you from going to get a fucking another one?
I was about to say, because isn't this the class like this next year of free agents? Isn't this like one of the?
I think this is the year. We can look.
It is.
We're here.
So I mean, you'll have your pick of the litter, right?
Or you could you could even make another trade.
Yeah.
Because again,
I'm tired of trading.
Jetta's reset the market. There's going to be teams with good, really, really good receivers that are going to command that type of money, and they're just not going to get it.
T. Higgins.
Let me ask y'all a question then. With the free agent class looking the way it is right now, we see, and y'all just relax and just listen to what the fuck I say before y'all start
us
tweaking.
or the audience?
Y'all. Y'all. Brandon Ayuk, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, all relatively unhappy with their situation. If we're talking about trading, do you go make a move right now?
Yeah.
And then, but in that clause, in that trade, you have to have a contract extension done. Do you do something like that?
Yeah, for CD.
What do you mean? Like, who are you trading? You're trading for one of them?
Yeah, you're trading for one of them. That's what
With
we're talking
what?
about. I don't know. Draft capital. Because I seen Dunk say something on Twitter the other day. This fan base and this infatuation with draft capital, I'm about with him now. I don't give a fuck about them picks. Fuck them picks. Give me niggas in the building right now that's going to help us win. If y'all want a first,
Well, I mean,
and some
unfortunately,
change for CD,
you're just not in a win now situation though with this team.
And why would you sign for one of them and give them a big extension like that when you just traded for Deontay Johnson? I mean, it just doesn't make...
Because they're proven. Deontay Johnson isn't, unfortunately. Deontay Johnson has had one halfway decent season.
So what the fuck make you think he gonna go and get 1,500 yards?
Because it's possible. Because did you think that Adam Thielen was going to come in this bitch and put up 1,100? Yes or no? Like you said, just answer the question yes or no.
I mean, no.
Okay, cool. So it's possible. That's why I think that. And it's possible that he starts asking for some dumbass shit like we've seen a lot of players in the NFL do.
We
we saw Brian Burns ask for $30 million from the Carolina Panthers, didn't move, stood his ground, and got moved around.
I'm damn near willing to go on record and say it's impossible for him. Damn near.
Would you like to set a line? And would you like to do something financially?
I think we are. What's the line? If you gonna say 1,500, then nigga, we can bet the house.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to say 1,500. I don't want to say 1,500. Let's move on. Sorry for the rant. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Drop how y'all feel underneath, because I'm not gonna lie. If they offer me Brandon Ayuk and they tell me he's available, and the asking price ain't insane, I'm moving it.
It's gonna be
Same
insane.
thing with CD. I'm moving it. No, CD should be insane. Brandon Ayuk should just be maybe a second. Maybe a second this year, maybe a third next year.
Are you insane?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
What is the asking price on Brandon Ayuk right now?
First, for sure. Are you crazy?
So Brandon Ayuk is of the same value and cloth as CeeDee Lamb?
Brandon Ayuk is one of the top receivers in this league. Are you insane?
Brandon Ayuk is worth a first-round pick?
Yes. He's probably worth 2.
He's worth a first-round pick to you as well?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Well, put it this way. If the San Francisco 49ers call and they tell Dan Morgan that, Dan Morgan shouldn't even let them finish their sentence. He's not worth that. Y'all niggas are telling me that he's worth a first, maybe 2, like he's CD. Nigga, Brandon Ayuk, I hate to tell y'all, he's not that. I hate to tell y'all, he's not that. Now, I will make a move for him. I will trade for him. I'll do whatever. But he's not that.
Bro, Brandon Ayuk
2 first?
easily top
I didn't say 2
5
first.
young wide receivers in the league.
Yeah, 2. You said top 5 young wide receivers. We
What are you
talking about
trading for?
overall.
What are you trading for?
We talking about overall. Because if I would damn near give
Even
Devontae
overall,
Adams
I mean-
a first, maybe even 2 first before I give it to Ayuk.
And see, that's how you would get your ass fired. Just
Yeah,
like Scott.
I
That's
mean,
why
that's-
you used to like Scott so much. Them terrible fucking
That's insane. I'm not gonna lie. That's
Bro,
damn
are
near.
y'all fucking, like, I think y'all were drunk. Like, honestly.
We don't drink no more.
Okay, cool. I'm looking it up right now.
This is insane. I can't believe that we're really having this conversation right now.
So never mind. Yeah, just go ahead and look it up.
So what? No, ask me what you were going to ask me.
You would give Devontae Adams right now 2 first-round picks.
Don't put the validity
Yeah,
of the podcast at jeopardy
it's
now.
nutty, bruh. It's nutty with the team that
I
you.
would at least give him 1. I would at least give the Raiders 1 for Devontae Adams.
There's no way.
What is he gonna do for you right now? We had this conversation.
He's going to turn that bitch up. He going to turn that bitch up. You put him on the other side of Deontay, you put X wherever you want to put X, and then you let
He
Migga
gonna turn
or
it
you
up.
put-
He gonna turn it up. Maximum 6 wins. Cool. We turned the fuck up. I mean, if that's where we're at, then cool. Go get him.
I
If
need
that's
to
where we're
know-
at, go get him.
I need to know what the asking price on Brandon Ayuk is. That's what I need to know. I don't care about everything else right now. I need to know what the asking price on Brandon Ayuk is right now. Because he didn't show up to mandatory camp today. Nor did CeeDee Lamb. Can we find it or not?
Brandon Ayuk is going to get $100 million guaranteed. That's the new floor for elite wide receivers.
Okay, cool. Can we just move on? Is Brandon so where do you have CD and where do you have Brandon Ayuk?
So out of who? The three? Brandon Ayuk,
Nigga,
Justin Jefferson, and CD?
however you want to rank them. However you want to rank them.
Those two or like and
Nigga, I have CD like 10 slots ahead of Brandon Ayuk in any category. Any category, with the exception of effort. As a wide out pure talent, Brandon Ayuk is not that, bro. He's not 2 first-round picks worthy. I hate to tell you. I think y'all are blazing. I'm not going to hold you. Like, I think y'all are smoking dick.
I didn't say 2, but a first-round pick.
I said 1, possibly 2.
Okay.
And that's very much so the market for a Brandon Ayuk.
For somebody that has gone over 1,000 yards twice.
How long has he been in the league?
4 years.
So and
on
a team where one he had like Jimmy Garoppolo for a couple
years.
And
in a couple years, Debo was the number 1.
I was about to say, and the team with Debo, he came on with Debo in his prime as the alpha, and also had George Kittle, mind you, and then added Christian McCaffrey. There's not a lot of touches to go around in that San Francisco offense.
Greg Jennings came along this year, so
don't.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Don't.
What you mean? Don't. I mean, that's a very valid point.
It's not.
Greg
Jennings is not taking away touches from Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, but the team is loaded. It just speaks to the fact that the offense is loaded. Right. So, like, for him to get 1,000 yards on that team, 2 years over 1,000 yards, like, that says a lot.
It says enough for him to be worth 2 first-round picks.
I mean, you put him in any other situation, he becomes. What team does he go to and he's not the number 1 receiver?
It says enough that I guarantee you, if it has to come down to him or Debo, San Francisco will get rid of Debo.
Yeah,
that says a lot. It's not
not really. Debo showed that his value is not what we thought it was this season.
Because Brandon Ayuk made it look like that he's the number 1 receiver and you can win with me. That's why.
So who are you giving a first-round pick? Are you giving a first-round pick for CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah.
But you're not giving one for Devontae Adams, though, correct?
No.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb is way younger than Devontae Adams.
And so you'll give one for Ayuk
at this point.
You'll give one for Ayuk, but you won't give one for Devontae?
I mean, how long does Devontae have to play? My whole point with that is Devontae has what? Can we say 2 years? 3 years?
Of elite production? Probably like 2, and that's generous because he's going to be 32 this season.
And then based on the team that you have around him now, he will really not be doing anything for us.
Okay. We don't have to rehash
because that was the same shit with the Stephon Diggs situation. You were so gassed up. Go get Stephon. Go get Stephon. The nigga wouldn't move the needle barely any.
Does Devontae move the needle more than Stephon?
Yes.
Okay, cool. At least we're on the same page there. Moving on.
That's
Miles
supposed to be a
Sanders.
trick question.
No, not at all. I just had to make sure you were going to give me the right answer. Miles Sanders injured. React to that. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of y'all niggas because that's one of the questions that we had today. We only have one, and we're going to spend a little bit of time on it. A lot of y'all are on the hot seat. Miles Sanders, I know we just gave him the contract last year, whatever. I'm not going to hold you. Right now, I have Miles Sanders as running back 3.
I mean, I hate it for him more than I hate it for us that he's injured. We got the pick of the litter. If your boy is what you think he will be and what everybody else think he will be.
He's that.
Okay, well, cool.
He's that. I mean, you say you willing to put the house on something? You put the house on that nigga, get an 850 this year. Stamped.
I mean, cool. If that's the way we're going, then I mean, I hate it for Miles Sanders more than I hate it for us. Because we have Chuba and Jonathan Brooks, is that his name?
Yeah.
And we have him, and then Raheem Blackshear.
And Rashad Penny. Don't take a deep breath. I'm just telling you, and Rashad Penny.
Okay, well, cool. If that's the case, then I mean, sorry, Miles. If I got to go based on what you gave us last year, I mean, you got injured. Okay, so what?
Where do you have him in the depth on the depth chart right now? I mean, he would have to be running back 2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Chuba RB1.
it's very early. I don't
Miles
want to
Sanders is
overreact.
RB2?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, just because-
Chuba's RB1 for sure.
And just because Jonathan
Confirmed.
Brooks, we don't really
I
know.
wasn't thinking about him being 1. I was wondering if he was even 2.
Because Jonathan Brooks,
Yeah.
ACL. So we got to see. But, I mean, if you're asking me, if y'all want me to, I'll drop my depth chart right now.
I mean, they might as well both be coming off torn ACLs the way Miles Sanders played last season.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, he might. I don't think he's 2.
I think he's 2.
I think he has to.
I think he's 2 to start the year, but I mean, it's very, 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 very likely that he's clipped.
I think it's very likely he's clipped as well. Maybe not clipped.
I mean, I'm talking about as far as running back
RB2.
2. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's going to be interesting, too, because Dave Canales, the way he uses his running backs and the way, the amount of times we will run the football per game this season.
Allegedly.
I think it'll increase significantly. So you might need all 3 of them. Shit, you might need to carry 4. We got one that's getting injured during OTAs. We got another coming off a torn ACL. Chuba really, really, really hasn't been RB1 and had to bear that load from week 1 ever in his career. Not even really. He's never had to do it in his career because he didn't become running back 1 until, week 7 last year? Week 8? Something like that?
I don't know if that's true. Because we realized early on in the Atlanta game, first game of the season, that Miles Sanders was bullshit.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
but Deuce was still rocking with his boy.
Yeah, and that's why Deuce is up out of here.
Fair enough.
So, I mean.
More bad news. We're just gonna keep keep rattling it off. But of course, like I said, I don't want to overreact. But it's just like I said, this week a lot of red flags, a lot of alarming going on. Miles Sanders news, DJ Wanham. According to Dave Canales today, during his press conference, he suffered a setback in recovering and rehab from his quad injury. Is that a problem for you, or are we good? And this is when it becomes an issue for me when I see niggas not showing up to OTAs, because I don't think our top 3 pass rushers, I would assume, are Jadeveon, DJ, and Bro. Clayson, Chason, whatever. I learned his name. I learned his name when he makes me learn his name, respectfully. But I would say those are our top 3. Would I be off in that? And none of them are available right now. And I heard that the offensive line, per Sheena Quick, don't shoot the messenger. I heard the offensive line was mopping niggas up today. Mopping shit. I heard they were walking that bitch down the field. Easy. It's a problem.
Hold on, do they have pads on?
No, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I would say defense has the advantage when they don't have pads on. Defense has the advantage because offensive line, their main job is to grab inside the pads and drive their ass back, and they're not able to do that. That's a problem. It's alarming to me.
I mean, yeah, that knowing that he's gonna be, because the quad injury, was that like a season? That was a season-ending injury, right?
When he suffered it, I don't know. I'm not sure, because you remember we didn't even know he had an injury until like 2 or 3 weeks into him being here.
Yeah, I mean, it is alarming. I guess it just depends on how big of a setback. Because obviously he's not going to give the media that much information. So I don't even know, we don't really know how big of a setback it is. Is it like a setback to where, okay, he can't participate in voluntary OTAs? But is it not a setback to where he's a full go for training camp? So, I mean,
okay. That's fair. It is very early in the process.
Yeah,
very early
but I
in the
mean,
summer.
if you had to tell me that if we're looking along the side of, it's a setback to where he may be a go for training camp, then yes, that's alarming. Because he's a starter, obviously.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. You want me to tell you something else alarming?
I mean, I'm sure you're going to tell me.
I told you. It's just been today. The press conferences were very, very telling. Or, yesterday. The press conferences were very, very telling. Dane Jackson, cornerback 2. React.
This is what I feared.
They said my nigga said Shaw been going crazy, too. Why y'all keep playing with his top? Y'all keep playing with his top. Like he a bitch. I heard he been cooking. But go ahead, react. Dane Jackson, cornerback 2, as of right now, just based on what the passing game coordinator told me yesterday in the press conference based on what he was alluding to?
I mean, this is what I feared, that he would be cornerback too, and why you missed on the cornerback in the draft. This is what I feared. So I don't even know why react. You know my reaction. I mean, you just can't have that. He will get torched. I believe that. Deep down in my soul, I believe he will get torched.
and to add insult to
Because Troy Hill not better than him?
I guess not.
I find that hard. I find that hard to believe.
To add insult to injury, the passing game coordinator will learn these guys' names at some point or another this season. Right now, we just going to address them by their title. Ask the passing game coordinator if there was any updates on any talks regarding Stephon Gilmore, and he said, ask Dan Morgan. Don't ask me. And Dan Morgan, we haven't heard from him in about a month. So, for whatever that's worth, I think that Stephon Gilmore is still on our radar, but is he going to save us? Yes or no?
You better hope we get him.
Why?
Because you was campaigning for this shit.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted to happen. So cool. Is his name Dame or Dane?
Dane with an N.
Dane. Well, you better hope that Dane go out there and let his nuts hang. Because if not, and we don't get Stephon Gilmore, I'll be looking at you. Because this is what you did. This is what you told them. You and Dunk, this is what the fuck y'all hyped up. So cool.
No, Dunk.
No.
Dunk trying to tell us way before.
My fault, Dunk. My fault.
He called it straight for no reason.
My fault. But this shit is on you, bro. If the shit falls through.
Draft him. I didn't draft
but
Brooks.
you was campaigning for this, trying to make people believe that was the smartest play we could have made.
Yes.
And then, okay, well, cool.
I still feel the same way.
Well, feel the same way with him and Chu Smith out there. Cool. And we just get
Shaw, bro. Shaw.
And we just get it. I mean, yeah, okay, cool.
We'll be okay. I still think that Stephon Gilmore is still in the cars. I do. But, you know.
So you basically say you better hope that RB3 was worth it.
Pretty much.
He's RB2 to me. And really has the ability to be. And listen to me. Listen to me. I said if I had to take a guess, well, maybe I didn't say this. This is what I was inferring. If I had to take a guess on what the Panthers depth chart looked like in-house right now, I would assume Miles Sanders is 2 and Jonathan Brooks is 3. Just based on him, we don't know what he's going to be on this level. For me personally, I have Miles Sanders at 3 or 4. Because to be honest, you know how I feel about Raheem. And if I got to choose between Miles and Raheem, unfortunately, a nigga like me, you know who I'm choosing, right or wrong. So, yeah, I think it's going to be worth it. Everybody just relax. I'm just telling you, red flags just continue to go up. And
if it's a red flag for you, then why the fuck am I relaxing?
Because just take a deep breath. That's what I had to do on my way up here. I was processing the information that I was given today during the press conferences, looking at everything that's going on this week, and I just had to take it all in, take a deep breath, and say, okay, cool.
This is what they was talking about.
What?
When people think red flags start to look like Six Flags and start to look like the carnival, and then until we get to the season, and then we're clipped. But cool. Dane Jackson, congratulations. You're cornerback 2. I wish you all the best.
I could almost put the same amount of blame that you put on me. I can almost put it on you. Because what did y'all fucking cry and bitch about the whole season last year and then the offseason this year? About getting your boy some bitch-ass weapons, right? Because he couldn't get it done last year with who he had available to him.
To catch the pass.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, that's not even fucking comparable.
Is Jonathan Brooks a weapon, yes or no?
Not at running back 3.
He's not. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Let's move on. But I see where this is going. I see where it's going. I already see. So let's move on. Don't worry about it. What's on the dock? Because I have somewhere else. Oh, CJ Stroud. You say you were cool. You said you were cool with this too. He been doing a lot of chatting, and it wasn't just about the Carolina Panthers. Were we like? Sure. That's the method you want to go with. But I just don't understand how you can come out of your mouth and say somebody was light and them niggas clipped you. And also he lied in that bitch ass little podcast that he was doing too. Because
show some respect, bro.
Excuse me. When he was on Gillian Wallow, he lied. He lied because he said Dunk didn't do nothing else after that game when they were chatting back and forth. That wasn't true. Dunk damn near stretched the nigga the next play on the goal line, as a matter of fact. So don't lie. That's number one. Number two, CJ Stroud, don't get too big for your britches, fuck nigga.
I mean, he's
been doing a lot of talking.
He has a right. He has a right to feel that way about the Carolina Panthers because you know that they was in that nigga. We heard like leaks and stuff. Oh, we gonna find the court to hoop. Josh McCown running his dumbass mouth. So I mean, when you go and tell the nigga that you're gonna take him number one and you don't, he has a right to be mad. He has a right to be mad and feel every type of way. And like I said, two things can be true. He got clipped. We won by one bitch ass point. Cool. He got clipped, and we still went 2-15 while he was in the playoffs.
Because we went with the guy that y'all wanted, right?
Now all of a sudden,
I'm just asking.
How did it get from C.J. Stroud doing all that talking to now it comes down to the guy we wanted?
Just asking the question. Just content purposes.
I mean, no, it comes down to the way your boys ran the team, your Uncle Scott. So, I mean, that's what it comes down to.
My real uncle, shout out Uncle Steve. Tapped in with bro a couple weeks ago. No cap.
What did you say to him?
Nothing. Nah, shit. Said what's good. I said what's good, Unc.
Nigga was fanned out, bro. Guess who just walked in here? Did you see TD?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
I was with him all day. No cap. I mean, that's regular. We're affiliated. We associated and all.
What was the question? CJ Stroud? Did you have anything to say about him?
Not really. I mean, CJ just been running his mouth a lot this offseason.
He has. He's writing a big check too.
He is. They're a young team.
Because a nigga, not to cut you off, a nigga like me, if I was in the league, I would try and kill him. Mm-hmm. I would try and put him under that tent for eternity, nigga. Don't keep running your that's just me though, but don't keep running your mouth. But continue. My apologies.
Nah, he did. But he had a good rookie season. You can talk like that.
Yeah, he on his victory tour.
I'm about to say until somebody shut him up. It's gonna be up to the league this year. Because the way he talking, he feel like he can do it to him again. He said that's exactly why y'all bitch asses should have drafted me. And that's why I was hot when we played them.
And he said he a top 5 quarterback, so I mean, he already crowned himself.
Is he?
That's what he said.
I'm asking you.
I need to see it again.
Yeah, I got to see the list. I mean, just off top, I'm just going Patrick, Lamar,
Josh, Stafford.
Who else? Who's some other names?
I don't know if I don't know if Josh Allen is better than him.
Did we say Joe already?
No, y'all didn't.
Oh, no, Joe.
I don't know if Josh Allen is better than him, and I don't know if Matthew Stafford is better than him either.
But
we're going off a 1-year sample size, but Josh was giving that hoe up last year. He was giving that hoe up last year. He was.
But he does that typically.
Yeah, he does, and he's never won shit. So
I mean, I think I still.
I'm a fan. Don't get it confused. I love Josh Allen, but he be giving it up. And I mean, when he said that, because I saw the list, and he listed all black quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts was on the list. Lamar, Pat, himself, and then one more, Dak. Yep. So I mean that to me, he lost his validity when he said that.
I mean, if we're going based off of that, he has a case. He has a case.
I think so too.
He has a case. I mean,
I think so
you
too.
can't necessarily be mad at him because I mean, you can say Jordan Love, but you got 1 year of Jordan Love, sample size of that.
And I think he's way better than Jordan Love, respectfully.
Okay, so I mean, he has a case. I can't really be mad at him for saying that.
Way better is kind of a stretch, but
way better than you're fanned out behind Jordan Love.
No, I'm just looking at the way he progressed through the season.
Fair enough.
Way better is a stretch because that bitch was going dumb at the last game. That bitch was going fed
until that last throw.
He was one mistake.
One mistake cost you your whole career. Anyways,
I mean, whole career is crazy.
What's next? Come on, man, get on it. Juice?
No, talking about your boy putting in some money to upgrade the worst facilities in the league, according to Adam Thielen.
Yeah. So I'll play the video real quick.
This will be a big topic.
I don't know why. Nah, it will be, for sure. Because we did talk about this last week. Isn't it funny how... See, this is why y'all need to make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Because it's funny how we had this conversation a little bit last week when we were talking about Bryce Young and how he put on weight. Tavian made a comment about Alabama and their facilities. Then it kind of opened up a little dialogue for about 4 or 5 minutes. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. Because we be trying to tell y'all the news before it breaks, but y'all don't be in tune with us. See, that's why I say I need niggas locked in. Have you seen the video?
The renovation thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to play it real quick.
They say home is where the heart is. For almost 30 years, you've helped make Uptown Charlotte our home. It's much more than a stadium. It's the lair where we keep pounding.
Young looking for Thielen. He pulled down. What a catch.
And a fortress fit for the crown.
The brilliant goal for Salah.
It's the song you can't get out of your head. And the game you just had to be there for.
Carolina Panthers, champions of the NFC.
It's where we create the moments we'll never forget and experience the traditions worth coming back for. This stadium is our home, and we are excited to show you the vision for what's next. This is the future of Bank of America Stadium. A modernized fan experience featuring a reimagined exterior with a park-like setting, inviting new spaces for the community to gather and celebrate sports, music, and the arts. New state-of-the-art audio and video technology designed to keep fans informed, entertained, and engaged like never before. Unique social spaces with stunning views of the action and the beautiful Charlotte skyline. Brand new seats and redesigned concourses with diverse concession options that celebrate flavors across the Carolinas. It's a destination that draws marquee events to Uptown, attracting visitors from near and far. Not just on game day, but every day. Welcome to the crown jewel of the Queen City.
So how do you feel about them? $1.3 billion. Let me see. I have the numbers right here.
I mean, where would you like me to start?
I mean, you can give me everything, no homo.
Yeah,
I can't say that during Pride Week, can I? Pride Month, I meant.
No, just say no Diddy.
No Diddy. Pause. Taxpayer would pay $650 million in public money over 4 years, between 25 and 29, and Tepper Sports and Entertainment would cover $688 million with a 20-year non-relocation agreement. And I think it is a 15-year non-relocation clause, and then the 5 years, either the city or I believe the city has the option to opt out or something like that, as far as, relocation or whatever the case may be, which that just simply wouldn't happen. But how do you feel about it? I thought it was a great video, but I'd love to hear your feedback.
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple different thoughts. Long overdue, I would say. The stadium is bullshit. I mean, if you've been inside the stadium, it's just not, like, compared to some of these other stadiums, it's just not that. So the stadium in itself is bullshit. But my only concern is one, having a team to, make the stadium worth going to. So that's a big thing as well. Because I was telling Tavian and a couple other people, like, you have to have something that's going to generate that revenue, something that's going to actually look good to the city. Like, we're just not going to, have our people pay their tax dollars to the stadium and then, like, we not get that money back in some way, shape, or form. And
they do, though. I think that's part of the reason why they're doing it is because of the concerts and Charlotte FC as well. Because it's not only, it's not only the Carolina Panthers, but it's those other avenues as well.
The reason I can't really throw Charlotte FC in is because they're a young team, and I think the fans in Charlotte are more Panthers or more football fans than they are soccer fans.
Yeah, but this is kind of what I was alluding to earlier when we had this conversation. Like, I think because it's an emerging market and you don't make an investment like this, like billions of dollars, without like thinking years into the future. And I think the way they see the soccer market growing and everything, and I think the value of concerts and everything, with the way that Charlotte is growing itself, I think it's just really an investment for the city as much as it is for the Panthers.
Well, it's it's the soccer market in North Carolina. So to me, I just feel like that's not really a big marketable source as some people might think. Now the concerts, that's a different story. But if we got to bank it on the soccer team, then and then also like Dave Tepper's putting up majority of the shit. So I mean, we know he's money hungry. And so I will also say like I wish they would have just did a dome.
Yep.
In my opinion,
no Super Bowls. You can damn near like guarantee that no Super Bowls. The NFL is not going to put a Super Bowl in a area where there's no dome, there's no retractable roof. It's just simply not going to happen.
See, that's the thing. I was telling Tavian, like, I think that there is still an opportunity to have a Super Bowl there, even if you don't have a dome. Like, I think that it is less likely, like, more on your spectrum, but I still think that there is a great chance that you can still have a Super Bowl there because North Carolina is not one of those states where it's just, like, bullshit weather all the time. So, and then you have, like, the attractions, like the way the stadium is going to look. All of the new specs and technology and shit like that, I think that'll still, like, draw people to want to go there, to want to have a Super Bowl there. So I think that that's still, can be something that can still happen. But, yeah, and then also, like, if I was staying in Charlotte, I was telling Tavian this as well, like, and I also heard from somebody at work that's a big Panthers fan that the people from Charlotte, they're up in arms about it. Because
those new boards.
Yeah. Some of them don't want to, and I get it. Like, people who aren't huge football fans, or maybe not even, or football fans, but just not Panthers fans or Charlotte, like the soccer team fans, don't want to spend their tax money on building a team or building a stadium for a team who went 2-15. Or if they just don't see the Panthers going in a good direction in the next couple of years, that's not something that you may necessarily want to invest your tax dollars into. And we have a different perspective because we don't live in Charlotte. So we're on the outside looking in, but I understand where they're coming from. So it's a lot of different pros and cons. Like, obviously, I'll be happy just because, like, new atmosphere, it'll make the games feel a lot better. But in the grand scheme of things, for what we do, we have a podcast about the Carolina Panthers. At the end of the day, we can go get a drink at the nice concession stand. We can stand up in the little standing only area. We can chat.
I know exactly.
We can go to the fucking suite level, like get our food, unlimited food and drinks. At the end of the day, we still have to look down from there and then see a bullshit team on the field. So we got to take all of that into account as well. So that's my feelings.
Care to say anything? If not, I'll take the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to follow that.
I think it's a very, very good point. Like you said, I think it's very, very needed. I would say, the couple of NFL stadiums I've been to a good amount. I think maybe probably 6 or 7 of them. And I would say, with the exception of the Washington Commanders.
They might be changing the name back, by the way. So
I know. I saw that report as well.
They should, though.
Yeah, they should, for sure. Bank of America is probably in the lower third, I'd say, of NFL stadiums that I've been to personally. Obviously, I can only speak to the stadiums that I've been to. I know for a fact it's not Dallas, and I know for a fact it's not Atlanta neither. So, I mean, just those two, and we're going to Vegas this year as well. So I just know when we go on road and then we got to come back home week 4 with whoever, I don't even remember who we play, but it's just going to feel, I just know it's going to feel so different. I think it's very, very needed. Like you said, I've seen a lot of people upset about the huge LED boards that they're going to put on the outside of the stadium, because if you've been to Uptown Charlotte before and you are familiar with the location of Bank of America Stadium, you know that there's a lot of apartment complexes and apartment buildings that are housed right there, right beside the stadium. So.
And not to cut you off, but yeah, and so I was talking to somebody and they were like, there's a great chance that the stadium, like if they do a new stadium like that it could not even be in that same location.
Well, that actually is the agreement. They agreed to keep it there.
Okay.
That's 800 South Mint Street. Yeah. So
Okay.
They said that the stadium still has good bones. Is what they said. It didn't need to be relocated. That is what the report that I saw said.
That almost sounds.
Yeah.
Is that the term they use?
That is the term that was used. Absolutely. And then it just made me think about how it's rumored that 800 South Mint Street is built on top of a slave cemetery.
Yeah, to me, that's immediately where my mind went. I didn't even know that, but yeah, that just sounded crazy to me.
Yeah, no, that's exactly because we had that conversation when we were talking about Jerry Richardson that one
yeah,
time.
Yep. Yeah. But I mean, other than that, like in all actuality, in all honesty, I think it's good for the Carolina Panthers. I think it's great for the city of Charlotte. Like you said, we don't live there, so maybe our view could be a little jaded. However, I believe that it's great for what we're trying to build and what we're trying to accomplish in Carolina. And if you're rebuilding the team and you're starting from ground zero, we need to get up to speed with the technology, get up to speed with the sound systems, put a little couple perks in there, do a little extra shit. Like you said, from the looks of that video as well, it seems like in that 500 level where they have the standing room only patio thing, it looks like seating capacity will be reduced. That's another thing that I haven't seen a lot of people mention. But the way they had that place in the stadium, it looks like they took a section out to put that in there. So I think capacity will probably go down a little bit as well. But, realistically, that doesn't really affect us that much because, I mean, it's not like they're selling out.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it'll definitely sell out for the away fans. Like
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And I think, I mean, this is that had to be taken into account as well because that was kind of, one of the points in the video was from, being a point of travel for people that reside in Charlotte and outside of Charlotte as well. So I think it's a good investment. I hope that everything goes through. I hope that it gets passed. And another report that I saw today, actually, that Dylan sent us was that the team will still be playing in the stadium while renovations are going on. That was something that I had a question about as well because I was trying to figure out, if we're doing these renovations, these aren't just, these aren't small renovations. These are relatively large renovations, over $1 billion in renovations, with a completely different look to certain concourses outside the stadium. So I was a little skeptical on that, trying to figure out where we would be playing, but they did say we will still be playing in Bank of America while they were going on. And like Tavian hinted at earlier, I mean, it seems like the players are going to champion this as well because according to Adam Thielen, the Carolina Panthers allegedly have the worst facilities in the NFL.
I mean, he came from Minnesota where they just completely revamped that shit too. So
I was about to say they turned that up completely. So he could be a little jaded, but, I mean, it goes back to the conversation we had last week. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's not wrong because I've been in the locker room before, and the shit is mediocre.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that, but then also when you got to look across the map to where Kansas City plays at, and then you see how bullshit their locker room and stadium looks, and then, we know what they're doing. So it's like, at the end of the day, play fucking football.
That's true.
You have maximum 2 to 3 years left. I mean, one.
One
So
to two.
I'm happy that I take your opinion into account, Adam Thielen.
Tell him.
That's what I would have to say. So, cool.
Do you really, though?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for you, but how much more, like, building are you going to be able to do to your body at your age?
None, really.
Yeah.
It's almost time to wrap it up with him. But then again, I mean, he just went over a band, so.
That's cool, but, I mean, yeah.
We have an interesting topic at the end of this, too, towards the end of the episode. And I'm interested to see what you say. Juice! Load the tickets up. Everybody in here is still winless. Dylan still only has one win. This is not financial advice. We do it for shits and giggles. Some of us put our tickets in, some of us don't. I'm not going to tell y'all who does and who doesn't, but I will say one nigga beside me doesn't put his tickets in. the person that's speaking right now does. And Tavian is just, kind of fly-by-night type guy. So, let's see. I'll do mine first this week. I already have it pulled up, so we'll rock with it. NBA Finals plus 632. So I know my co-host and my producer, they're going to shit on me for lack of juice. I don't care. Boston Celtics got them covering the spread. Right now, I got them at minus 6.5. Y'all might get them at something different, but I think they can win by 7 points. Hopefully, they can get the job done game 1. Also, same game. Everything is SGP. Jason Tatum to score 25 points or more. Jason Tatum to hit 2 threes or more. Luka Doncic to record 10 rebounds. And PJ Washington alt points over 7.5. Plus 632, $10 to win 63.20. I think it's a lock. I'm not going to hold you. I think this is the week that I get my first win. This is a ticket that I feel the most confident in a long time. So, time to go ahead and turn this shit around. Trying to give more validity to this segment.
All right, I'll go next. Plus 1708. I have Dallas Mavericks plus 6.5. So yeah, I went the opposite of you. I have Dallas Mavericks plus 6.5.
You like fading me for whatever reason.
And I have the game over 214.5 points. Derek White, 3+ threes. Jason Tatum, 10 rebounds. Boston Celtics, first half money line. Plus 1708. Lock.
Like
I'm going to put that ticket in this week.
Oh, wow. That's a historic moment. Would you like me to go with Dylan's or you want to go?
You can go with Dylan's.
Plus 676. Memorial Day tournament, golf. He wanted to go golf again. Scotty Scheffler finished top 10. Xander Schofield to finish top 20. Rory McIlroy to finish top 20. Tommy Fleetwood to finish top 20. And Victor Hovland to finish top 20. Plus 676. 5 legs. Seems very, very doable to me because when you look at Rory, you look at Xander, you look at Scotty, those are damn near locks. Tommy, maybe, and Victor is the same way. But again, plus 676, lock it in. Nothing crazy. As y'all can see, we've kind of got rammed a couple weeks in a row, like maybe more so like 2 months in a row, kind of making us a little more conservative. So,
yeah,
what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, some niggas get scared and then others, step up and keep swinging. So I got, so I'm at plus 33.17.
Oh yeah, fade everything on this ticket.
And we got Derek White plus 2 made threes. We got Drew Holiday plus 6 assists. Luka to record 10 assists. Al Horford over 7.5. PJ Washington over 1.5 threes. And Florida Panthers money line.
That's actually not terrible.
He had to use a plus thing on that.
No, not at all. Straight up.
Yeah, I was about to say, that doesn't sound like plus. What did you say?
Yeah,
plus
that's definitely not
what?
Plus 33.17.
Yeah, that's definitely not that.
Damn. Send me that.
You got a profit.
We was trying to fade my ticket. Now everybody want to put it
Send
in.
me
Okay.
that. I think I might put that in. No cap.
It has to be a profit boost.
I was thinking
not.
the same thing, but obviously not. He said it's not. What can we do besides take the man for his word? So that was our. I mean, yeah, that's true. That was our juice segment.
I sent it down from above.
I don't know what you just sent, but that shit damn near fucked up my phone.
What, you airdrop the whole ticket? Let's see. What was on the list? I know is JC Horn up there? Because we're gonna talk about him real quick. Briefly.
Nah, we had a top 3 fantasy football.
Okay, cool. Let's go JC real quick, and then we'll that'll be our last topic, and then we'll go to Q&A. JC Horn, according to Pro Football Focus, and it's funny because again,
is this the one you wanted to see what I had to say?
No, I wanted to see what you had to say about top 3 fantasy football.
Oh, okay.
For the Carolina Panthers, but I actually do want to hear what you have to say on this as well because we've been talking about this over the last month. The conversation between us regarding Patrick Surtain as well as J.C. Horn. According to Pro Football Focus, do you know what J.C. Horn is ranked in cornerbacks in the NFL?
Pretty sure it's fairly low because he's been injured.
30. How do you feel about that?
I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure it was fairly low because he's injured, but I think that's bullshit. I think that, I mean, Pro Football Focus is typically a reliable source, but, you know, everybody's wrong sometimes. I can't name 29 quarterbacks or corners better than JC. Can you?
No. Personally, I can't.
To me,
but you know how I feel about him as well. So,
yeah,
I mean,
but
it's kind of biased.
I think even taking the bias out, I just can't name 29 cornerbacks better than JC. That sounds crazy to me.
But the problem is you can name like 30 that can stay healthy longer than JC, and that's really, I feel like that's probably why his like ranking takes such a ding.
Yeah, but that's what I said.
Yeah.
It's because he's injured.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think that outside of that, then that ranking is bullshit. So I'm assuming that's what Pro Football Focus used to make that ranking.
Sure. Cool. Well, I mean, that was very, very quick, very brief. I just wanted to get your reaction on it. They said that the pass game coordinator said that J.C. Horn is very confident right now during OTAs. He said he's been playing very free. He's been here for 2 years because I think he came in with EJ, if I'm not mistaken. So, or a year after EJ. When did EJ come? He came with Frank Reich, or he came before that?
He came before that.
JC?
Yeah.
No, not JC.
EJ came with Frank
Evero.
Wright.
Yeah, he came with Frank Reich. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the pass game coordinator, he's been with J.C. Horn. He was with him last year, been with him this year. He said that he's looking very, very free. Says he's been doing a lot of chatting. Or Dave Canales, I believe, said that J.C.'s been doing a lot of chatting in OTAs. So, I mean, you love to see it. You love to see it. I mean, the only goal for J.C. Horn is to play 17 games for me this year. Because I know what you're going to give me from a production standpoint. When you're on the field, I know what you're going to give me. I've never seen J.C. Horn get dicked.
Yeah, me neither.
I've just simply never seen it. There's a lot of cornerbacks that I've seen, a lot of great cornerbacks that I've seen over the span of my life that have gotten dicked before. J.C. Horn, it just simply hasn't happened.
Because he made DK Metcalf look pretty average.
It's extremely average. He's made a lot of people look extremely average.
Yeah.
That's why Terry McLaurin ran to bro's side. Why you hate bro so bad. That's why he ran over there.
Well, if he's on the field to prove it for all the games this year, then he'll probably join that conversation. But
he's not healthy.
The sample size.
Yeah, I mean,
he plays like 7 games a year, maybe.
That's generous.
Exactly.
that's generous. Top 3, and this is a topic that I'm kind of throwing on y'all, and I didn't put it on the doc, so I apologize for that. But I felt as though it should be relatively easy, but I thought it was a good discussion point. I want to know you guys' top 3 fantasy football Carolina Panthers going into this season. If y'all would like, why did you make that face? You just don't have 3, or what?
No, it's not even that.
What is it? It's not that. I don't think it's that difficult.
It is for me, kind of.
I mean, it is difficult, but
would y'all like me to start?
Yeah, go ahead. I have reservations because I don't know how many of my associates in God's fantasy league listen to the show, so I don't need to give them any advice.
Oh, I mean, with all due respect, I mean, that's a great point.
But I don't think they'll probably be picking Carolina Panthers players.
Yeah, and to be honest, if your fantasy hopes rely on the Carolina Panthers fantasy players, then you're fucked either way.
Nah, it's just I don't want to give them any type of advantage at all.
Oh.
It's because it's like that this year.
I mean,
because we're bottom half of the draft again, so
yeah, we mysteriously, too, at that because everybody who was at the wedding is top. Well, how many? It was like 9 people at the wedding.
Not accurate.
It's like
it was
like
only one. It was only one of them that was like.
That's just simply
right.
not.
And all not. It's like 1 through 9 is them.
Yeah,
and then it's the rest of the
league
mismatch.
Yes,
but it's okay. It's
only, we looked at it. It's only like one of them that's picking out of like the top 10.
That's not accurate,
it is,
bro.
They had to throw, and they had to sacrifice that nigga.
Yeah,
to make the shit look good.
Well, why do y'all just get on this
it just happened
podcast
randomly, like out of the blue. It's just we just get an update talking about something. We got draft order.
That's not true.
At the wedding where all of them were at.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yak is not top 10.
Very strange.
Scat was at the wedding. Scat is not top 10. Yak is not top 10. I'm top 10. Mule's top 10. Rube is top 10. Jake, Zach, Cam. So 6. I mean,
weird.
We're talking about 6 out of 16. Like there were like 9 niggas there. So
Don't
it's just
worry,
like
it's
the
just
odds of
strange,
that are
but
just insane.
But go ahead. Let's go with the top three though. I just had to, I just had to let the viewers know what type of foul behavior our commissioner be on in the league. But
It's
very
always
weird,
me. Like
very
I
weird
didn't
energy.
record a 10-minute video to see the draft picks being selected. But okay, no, I digress. Whatever.
I don't even think I watched that.
See,
Because it didn't
that's the
load.
problem.
It
Yeah,
wouldn't even send.
that's what I think it was. Yeah,
They had technical difficulties on the video.
Yeah.
The verification video.
If you
But
were
you
there,
know.
you were there. If you were there, you know what happened.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know it was honest.
Money was put on the table and
Imagine
Niggas
that.
was
know.
drunk, too many beers. in.
yeah, started
We were
getting
a
to
little
talking.
faded, for sure. If y'all are interested in a FPFO fantasy league, y'all can let us know. I like doing 12 to 14 minimum. That's when it's the most competitive. That's when it's the most competitive. But, you know, if we get 10 people, whatever the case may be, that want to compete and want to play, if y'all want to put some bread up, we can do that. If y'all want to play for fun, we can do that as well. But drop it in the comments below.
I don't want to play for fun.
I don't either. I need at least
So
a
you
$10
either put
line.
bread up or just don't.
10 to win 100. No, not
No.
not a 10-man league. Not a 10-man league. Maybe 12. Maybe 12.
And more than 10. I need
Yeah.
like at least 25, 30.
You know what? So actually, we'll just move on because we've been going long. But it's so funny to me because niggas were complaining and crying when I upped that buy-in, but then when everybody seen that payout last year, everybody is fully on board. Niggas already asking me when they need to send their bread.
I mean, my shit was
Just
already paid for or halfway paid for. So
Yeah, it was. So you didn't care.
yeah, I didn't.
Cool.
Because I got shot. Never mind.
Yeah. 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 Top three. It is a little difficult. I will say that it is a little difficult.
I already
I'm
know who
gonna-
yours going to be.
You think I'm gonna be sucking dick?
Yeah.
I don't think. I think I'll probably shock you with my list. I'm gonna go Chuba. I have Chuba being the number one fantasy target on the Carolina Panthers right now. And that's obviously TBD. It's pre-camp, preseason, whatever. So all of this is very, very early. But Chuba is going to be number one for me. I think he has a very, very high upside. I think we've seen Chuba progress significantly throughout the past couple of years with this new offense that's being implemented. I know that there's going to be a lot of running going on. Right now, Chuba is running back one. I'm rocking with it. Give me Chuba. Number two, Adam Thielen. I think he's gotten lost in the shuffle of things. I know how we feel about X. Majority of us feel. I know a lot of y'all still don't rock with him. A lot of y'all don't rock with the decision to move up to get him. Cool, whatever. A lot of people, majority of us have very, very high hope for him. We know Deontay Johnson is going to be getting a lot of looks, a lot of targets, etc. Adam Thielen is a guy that's gotten lost in the shuffle of things to me. I think he could be a steal just based on the relationship him and Bryce built last year. That just doesn't disappear. So I think he's going to be extremely valuable. And then number three for me is probably going to be Bryce.
You took my list?
Did I?
Yeah, exact same order.
Exact order? Exact list?
Chuba, Adam, Bryce. I could switch it up and go Adam, Chuba, but
Yeah. I think Bryce is. If we think that Bryce has the ability to be what we think he does, and I don't want that to get lost on y'all either, because I come up here and shit talk him all the time. But at the same time, he's my franchise quarterback. I hope he's successful, and I do see last year as you look at the film, because I haven't stopped watching film from last season. I'll just be honest. I've watched the games, all of the games, multiple times, all 22, all of that shit. So I've seen Bryce and what he's had to offer, what he put on film last year. There were a lot of throws, like I said, he missed, but overwhelming majority, when he had to make a throw, he made them. When he had time to make a play, he made the play itself. And so with you surrounding him with the weapons that you have, with you bulking up the offensive line, I think Bryce is due for a breakout year. I'm not going to go as far as my producer and say he's going to finish top 10 in MVP ranking. But I don't believe that he'll be quarterback number 33 or 34 where NFL has him ranked right now. I think that's disrespectful. I think it's preposterous. And I think that he's going to prove a lot of people wrong this year. And hopefully this will be building block year number 1 because last year doesn't really count to me. Situation was shit. Head coaching was shit. Coaching staff as a whole was shit. Weapons were shit, respectfully. So, I don't know. We'll see. But that's my list. And you said you have the same exact list? Okay. What about you?
I would, honestly, it would be right there with y'all's, honestly. Just a slightly different order.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
Just
much.
not really much. Yeah. There's not many players. I mean, if if you're a risky guy, you can throw X on the list.
Or you can throw
Maybe,
Deontay
like-
on the list.
X is going to be like, you're going to be able to get him, I think, majority of the leagues
Free agency.
between 10 or 14, you'll be able to get him in free agency. And if not, and you want to draft him, you'll be able to get him draft round like 9, 10, 11.
I mean, most of these guys are borderline free agents with the exception of Chuba. And that's because it's what they call an ambiguous backfield.
Yeah,
That's
what they
like
say.
to call it.
That's what they
yeah,
say.
and that's the only reason like that would be the case because otherwise, Bryce. I mean, I'm high on Bryce this year, but like for fantasy football, I'm not drafting Bryce Young if I want to win.
Sure.
Unless it's a backup, like a 1 week pinch type of situation, but I'm not going to start Bryce Young over most of the quarterbacks. And then you got Adam Thielen, he's aging.
Yeah.
You can take a chance on him. He had a pretty good year last year.
So who would you replace Adam Thielen with? X or Deontay?
Or Deontay. I mean, there's only
Which
two
one?
options. Me personally,
Yeah.
X, because I would take the flyer on the young guy to break out and possibly become Bryce's favorite target. But
No tight ends?
Well, let Deontay tell it.
you're gonna get all the
Yeah.
targets.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Well,
He's
gonna
Bryce's
get-
favorite target.
Well, we'll see. I can answer that question better after training camp. That's gonna tell me
That's
who
the
I would.
key. That's scary too. There hasn't been a report officially on what's going to happen with training camp. It might not be open to the public.
How do
That's
you
going
feel
to piss
about
me
that?
off. That's going to piss me off because you already know. I mean, you know what we had in store for the summer. You know how we were about to go fed. That'll fuck us a little bit. I'm not going to hold you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of content creators, honestly.
Yeah,
It's where a lot of
Yeah.
people get their stuff from. Training
yeah.
camp.
That's what Dunk said. Dunk
Yeah.
said that's his Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting. But yeah,
I pray to God it's open, bro. That probably would.
It just
piss
wouldn't
me the
make
fuck
sense.
off.
Like, just by looking at the videos of them in OTAs, I just don't see a lot of room for spectators.
I don't.
Not
either.
not like the crowd that's typically in Spartansburg.
Yeah, I don't either.
It just doesn't really make sense.
which is a shame.
Yeah, one, because that fucking
You
fence.
just left it.
The fence is too high.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big field at all.
Nope.
So
Not
I mean,
a lot of space.
yeah,
There's not a lot of space at all. Yeah, this is why you don't fuck with stuff that's not broken. You know, but shout out to Dave Tepper.
Well, it used to get hot out there though.
It did, but that was part of it. That was part of it, though,
about
bro.
lost his life out there.
Oh God, he did. I forgot you were with us that year, weren't you?
Yeah.
That was fun.
and the Jets are coming back.
We're going there.
Yeah.
We're going up there.
Oh, okay.
We are going up there. That was announced last week that we will be doing part 2 with the Jets. Last year we only got 1 day in.
I think it was 2.
We get 2.
I think it
'Cause
was
I know
2.
we
but-
were scheduled for X amount of days,
Oh.
and we got rained
Well, yeah,
out.
one might have got rained out. So yeah.
JC
so-
about to get into it with Aaron Rodgers.
Probably. He's going to get into it with somebody, I believe. But, I mean, that's kind of what I want to see because I heard we were getting fucked last year in camp.
Well, Brian Burns was
I heard Brian Burns was going
Yeah, I
for
mean
that.
we seen it though.
on the
Was we
Blue-
not
was
there
it
for?
Hard
Oh,
Knocks?
maybe we was.
No, we wasn't there for
Yeah.
that. We wasn't there for we went
But that
a
shit
week
was on
early.
Hard Knocks.
It was
Yeah.
on it was on Hard Knocks, yeah. Brian Burns had Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Who's this number 0 guy?
Yeah, he had Aaron Rodgers tight.
Maybe
So much
DJ
for that.
Wanama filled that role, or Jadavian.
Moving on.
If Jadavion shows up,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, because he doesn't, but that's okay to you. So cool.
Yeah, I mean it is. I said if he shows up by training camp, so don't do that.
Are we gonna watch a blueprint together today?
No, I need to go run.
I mean, what does that have? But you act like you have to be in bed by 12, like by 11. Like the blueprint. Y'all already seen
I damn
it.
near
actually.
do. But I mean, yeah, we can watch it if we get out of here in time enough, and I can
We'll
go
get
get
out.
him.
We'll get out in plenty of time. We're about to wrap up in a second. That came out last night, actually. Y'all, by the time y'all hear this, it would have been out. Right now, it's currently not out, so I'm excited to see two episodes this year. I'm not going to get gassed up, but we will have a review of the episode for you guys next week. I'm excited to see kind of how they progress with the production and what they're willing to show, draft process, everything like that, what it was like, training up to get X, et cetera. So happy for that. Q&A, just real quick, because this is kind of a difficult question to answer right now, just because it's not camp, not training camp. A lot of people haven't shown up. We don't know what injuries are taking place, that we don't know if they'll be, healed by the time shit rolls out. But let me see. Don't rush me, bro. Can I buy myself some time, bro, so I can pull the question up, bro? God damn, man. Let me cook, bro.
I get it.
Way too early 53-man roster predictions.
I mean, God.
I'm not gonna give you. I'll tell you who I think. I'll give you my starting 22. I think is what I'll do. I'll give you my starting 22, and then I'll tell you some people that need to be on high alert to have their ass cut. David Moore, high alert to have his ass cut. Eddie Pinheiro, high alert to have his ass cut. One of them tight ends ain't gonna make it. Right now we got Sullivan, JT, Ian, and Tommy. Somebody ain't making it.
Sullivan.
I don't know who it's gonna be.
Sullivan high alert.
Probably, yeah. I was about to say probably gonna be Sullivan.
But I don't really know, because Dave Canales said that he likes having a lot of tight ends. That's what he said.
Somebody ain't gonna make it. There's no way, because you want me to tell you why? Because there's no way you're carrying 4 or 5 tight ends and 4 or 5 running backs. And unfortunately, just already based on the scenario, you got to keep more running backs than you do tight ends, because Jonathan Brooks already ain't healthy. Miles Sanders already injured. We don't know how Chuba will hold up with having that, running back 1 status. So
I think they'll go lighter in the receiver room if they go lighter anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have to. Terrace Marshall, high alert. We've spoken about him the last month ad nauseum. High alert. I think right now, offensively, Thielen, Deontay, Tommy. Offensive line, obviously, with Damian Lewis, Icky, Corbett, Robert Hunt, and Taylor Moton. And then, obviously, Bryce, running back 1, Chuba. Defensively is kind of where shit kind of gets a little sticky. X, I would say, is a lock. Xavier Woods, Jordan Fuller, I believe, is going to be going to play that other safety position. Dane Jackson, based on the conversation that we saw today with the pass game coordinator, J.C. Horn. Front line kind of gets sticky as well, but obviously Derek Brown is a lock. Jadeveon is a lock. DJ Wanham, we assume. We don't know what's going on with this quad injury. I don't know. It's alarming to me. I don't know, but we're assuming DJ Wanham. Thurman, 91, I can't think of his first name. Nick Thurman. I'm taking a bet on him being starting beside Derek Brown. And then Shaq, obviously, and then Josie Jewell. I would say we'll probably round that out. And then that other linebacker position, Trevin, I guess, maybe. I don't know really who else. Maybe I'm drawing a blank. But I guess Trevin. That's your 3rd round pick. You got to throw his ass out there at some point.
Did you say old boy from Denver?
Yeah. Josie Jewell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. If I had to present my depth chart to the audience, to the fans, whatever the case may be, that's kind of where I would be right now. If you told me to give me your starting 22, your top 23, 24, whatever the case may be, that's where I'm at right now. I think that's kind of where things are as we sit today, June 4th. A lot can change, though. A lot can change. Injuries are going to happen, unfortunately. There's going to be some guys that outperform others during training camp. So, I don't know.
Amari Barno doesn't go in there anywhere?
I mean, yeah, if DJ Wanham doesn't get the job done. But I'm honestly under the belief that that's going to be a competition in itself anyway. So I'm glad you actually brought that name up because, yeah, he does. He's going to be I think that's going to be the competition, DJ Wanham and Amari for that starting position. And then one more time, I'm sorry, Clayson.
Kaylavon
Chason. It's going to be interesting to see, but I'm assuming that between him and Trevin Wallace, that might be something, though Bro kind of plays more of an edge rusher position, and I think Trevin is more of a pure linebacker, however. So I don't know. There's a lot of question marks.
Nick Scott? No.
Nah. He'll be able to improve his position on the depth chart, but I don't think he'll be a starter.
Shaw Tuttle? He's not getting a start anywhere.
I don't think he's gonna get a start over Thurman.
I mean, I don't see anything. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That list sounded about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on what the fuck I'm looking at here.
And to be honest, and this is kind of where we got caught up last year. The depth chart in the roster is still with all due respect, it's still very, very underwhelming.
Yeah, it is. The only thing that saves you is playing in the NFC South. Any other division, you don't win. This is pretty mediocre, pretty mid.
Yeah. I mean, and that's sad to say, but
you got to call it for what it is.
And we're in the business of standing on business and being honest.
You know what's crazy? We slandered them niggas at Pro Football Focus last year, saying we had one of the worst receiver rooms.
We did. We had smoke for them.
Yeah, I swear to God.
We had smoke for them.
But I ain't apologizing.
I'll never do that.
Yeah.
Unless I know I'm just wrong. I think they still blazed it. But, I mean, maybe they obviously knew something we didn't. But I think that we couldn't have predicted that Terrace Marshall would have been as non-existent as he was.
And DJ Chark.
And Jonathan Mingo. I didn't predict Jonathan Mingo would have been as garbage as he was, with all due respect, as last year either. So, maybe they knew more than us. Obviously, that's why they get paid a little bit more than we do.
Yeah.
It's December 31st and we in Miami.
You all right, man?
That's just nasty. That receiving core y'all just listed out. I was just thinking about it. That shit is just so disgusting.
I'm excited to see it this year. That's why I need training camp to be open, bro. I need to see what energy niggas is on. Because it's a couple of names I got in my notes already. It's a couple of names that I need to see. ISM might get a nigga.
ISM might.
No, he won't.
Yeah, he will.
We can do something. I'm just in the business of betting nowadays.
See?
That's the problem.
Got him.
Yep.
He was going to say ISM is going to get cut. Now imagine ISM getting cut before TMJ.
It's imaginable.
I was about to say, it's not hard to imagine.
Not to me. To me, it's damn near unthinkable.
So you want to do something on one of them being on the roster? I'll take TMJ to still be on the 53 man. You take ISM, and if they're both locked, then it's a wash.
Okay, cool. $10.
All right.
That's like, I mean, that's nothing. Who are your receivers right now?
Adam Thielen, Deontay Johnson, X.
Okay. Who else?
Mingo.
Okay. ISM. TMJ. Yes or no?
TMJ. Yes.
How many is that? 7 or 8?
No. Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, ISM, Mingo, X, TMJ 6. David Morris clip.
What about bro? Strahan, Mike Stratton.
I don't think I'm taking him over to one of those guys.
Right, the squad.
Yeah.
I might take him over TMJ.
I'm not. You ain't even seen enough to do that.
All I need to see was one play.
Well, that's something deeper and darker.
Damn near the best throw of Bryce's career.
Yeah, that's
with the exception of the speed out against Green Bay. That was probably the best throw of Bryce's career up until this point. Was it not?
I mean, what the fuck does that have to do with Stratton?
No, I'm just telling you.
Where's the correlation?
Marilyn Monroe, who was there before it all.
No, catch the fucking ball like we pay you to do. Okay, cool. You need a pat on the back.
Yes.
This is where we're at.
No,
Welcome to the Carolina Panthers.
It really is, because I hate to tell you what's going to happen is Deontay Johnson in training camp, them videos is going to start coming out of him dropping shit. And it looks good because you're working with route guard right now and all of that shit, and you don't got pads on and everything. Pittsburgh already told me what time it is, but we'll see. I'm hoping. I'm hopeful and faithful and optimistic.
You the one got your faith in them. Cool.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And we will be back next week. Let us know what y'all thought about the blueprint. Drop it in the comments below. Like I said, we'll have our full review of the episode next week. Be on the lookout. We have a giveaway coming towards the middle/end of the season, or excuse me, of the summer. We'll be giving away an autographed Bryce Young football, so be tuned into that. Like I always tell y'all, a lot of big things coming up, so just make sure you're tuned in with us on all social media platforms. And always like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all, and we will be back next week. Peace.
Thank me later, yeah, I know what I said. But later doesn't always come, so instead, it's okay, you can thank me now.